very good morning to you wherever you are. It's a Thursday morning here on the AM show. My name is Benedict. We have to do some sports. And we'll start from the camp of the Black Starlets. And to make a break for the team today as they go into their last good game at the ongoing FIFA Under-17 World Cup in India. Now, Ghana up against host India. That's going to be this afternoon at exactly 2:30. And a game they must win to progress to the next stage of the competition. Now, Coach Marcus Fabian, who has come under intense pressure following his side misfiring in front of goal, is anticipating a tough test this afternoon when they come up against India.
Physically, we are very strong, except that when you are physically strong and you get the advantage and you don't take it. We're going to prepare. Now it has become critical that we have to win at all costs to get the qualification ticket. So we are going to work more on goal scoring because we create the chances and we don't take them. So we need to keep working on goal scoring, and then maybe when we get it right, the goals will flow.
So that was Black Starlets coach Marcus Fabian. And after starting the tournament in a remarkable fashion by inflicting a 1-0 defeat on Colombia, the Black Starlets lost their second group game. That was against the United States of America. They also lost by a goal to nil. Now, former Black Stars coach Akunnor insists they will make it to the next stage, but wants the team to play in a way that will help themselves as well as the nation.
When they went to the AFCON, it reminds all of us, some days of Odate, some people for because and Gago and others. It was nice to see, nice to watch. They were scoring a lot of goals because they created a lot of chances, a lot of movement. Midfielders were scoring, defenders were even scoring, attacking in a different way. We didn't see that in the first match and then in the second match. But listen, these are the same people who did that. They can do it. Yeah, they can do it again. And so I believe Pagosi, with a rich experience, he will go back drawing table and look at it very well. And then, of course, I don't think that the players were afraid to. It's because they didn't play like a team. It's because they were more individual team effort, and so it affected the performance of the entire team. Individually, when one has the ball, he's on his own, he's doing his own thing, and it's not the best. They must play like a team.
So that was Akunnor, former Black Stars coach, former Black Stars captain now with Ashanti Gold as their coach, speaking on the Under-17 team. So this afternoon is happening in India. That's going to be their last group game at exactly 2:30. If they win that game, they definitely will progress to the next stage of the competition. The defeat definitely will see the Black Starlets out of the competition. So we have to stay with the Under-17 tournament. Yesterday, matches were played. Iraq defeated Chile by 3-0, with England also beating Mexico by 3-2. We've got highlights of those two matches for you. Okay, so the first game that was played yesterday on your screen says Chile and Iraq playing in an all-white outfit, and Chile in their regular red jersey there. So Iraq getting the first goal. It was a very, very good game. And see, Chile very, very purposeful at this very tournament. So trying everything that they could, and they got the second goal there. Great free kick from that youngster. Some great goals we've seen in this competition, and there you go. Wonderful free kick. The goalkeeper displaced, and the technical team obviously excited with that, goal. And there you go, the third goal coming through. So Iraq making it big at the Under-17 FIFA World Cup, beating Chile by 3-0. So it was actually an own goal. Wow. So still Iraq piling pressure on Chile. Let's see if they can get another goal and a penalty coming through. The referee was on the spot to whistle for a penalty. Stepped up, the goalkeeper saved it. The rebound coming off the post. And there you go. So it ended 3-0, that game involving Chile and Iraq. So the next game was England. England also played in their game. There are a lot of Africans, the fans of England, looking on some sweet girls in India, watching the tournament. And England with the first attempt. What a chance, what a miss by the youngster. That should have been the first goal for England. Free kick coming through, great free kick. Awesome goal from the man who missed a sitter and made amends for England and got a second goal as well. The English team are playing some delightful football at the tournament, and Foden getting the second goal for England. England still pushing more men forward. And it wasn't Mexico's night, as England got 3 goals in the first 55 minutes. But Mexico came back strongly. One of the goals scored by Mexico, they mounted a strong challenge. Great goal there. And at this point, it was 3-1 Mexico, still pushing to get another goal. 3-2 for Mexico. So 3-2, that game ended in the game involving England and Mexico. And earlier I saw a highlight of Chile, Iraq, where Iraq won that game by 3-0. So we'll bring you more on the Under-17. You have to join us later this afternoon on Sports Day, where we'll do a build-up to the Black Starlights game. The game will be played at Tizali, 2:30, and Ghana must win to progress to the next stage of the competition. So we talk World Cup from the Under-17 World Cup. Let's do the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. And you know, Black Stars couldn't qualify. Yesterday was when Lionel Messi inspired Argentina to progress to the World Cup. Also, Cristiano Ronaldo led his Portuguese team to book a place in next year's World Cup. So looking at the teams that have qualified so far, here's a wrap for you.
The 2018 World Cup is beginning to take shape. 23 countries have now sealed their spots ahead of the worldwide showpiece, with only 9 places up for grabs from here on out. Russia were the first team confirmed for the tournament by virtue of being hosts. Fellow Europeans, Belgium, were the first UEFA side qualified for the tournament and will be joined by world champions Germany, 2010 winners Spain, England and Poland. Surprise packages from the 2016 European Championships, Iceland, have also booked their spots in Russia, hoping to shake things up once again among the elites of international football. Still under the guidance of part-time dentist Heimir Hallgrimsson, Iceland sealed their place in the World Cup with a 2-0 win over Kosovo. The country with a population of 300,000 now becomes the smallest nation to ever qualify for the World Cup. 4 additional UEFA spots will be determined by qualifiers, with 8 nations vying for those places. Switzerland, Italy, Denmark, Croatia, Sweden, Northern Ireland, Greece and the Republic of Ireland will be pitted against each other, and only 4 will advance. Portugal managed to avoid when they got the better of the Swiss, 2-0 on Tuesday. France, Belgium and Serbia also successfully qualified for the 2018 extravaganza. So far, only 2 African nations have advanced: the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who became the first Africans to qualify, and the Pharaohs of Egypt, who ended the 27-year World Cup hiatus by sealing their spots. Dramatic in the South American qualifiers. Not so much for Brazil. The 5-time champions progressed with 3 games to spare, but more so for their rivals, especially Argentina. Lionel Messi scored a hat-trick when it was needed most, rallying his country to a 3-1 win over Ecuador. The other 2 automatic CONMEBOL places were granted to Uruguay and Colombia. The latter was involved in an intense battle in Lima when they took on Peru, who hadn't been to a World Cup in 35 years. James Rodriguez put Colombia ahead on Tuesday, but a free kick from Peru captain Paulo Guerrero kept his nation's hopes alive and well as they clinched 5th place. They'll now go head-to-head with New Zealand in an Interconfederation playoff in November in order to clinch their spot in Russia. Korea sealed a 9th successive place in the global sporting event in September. They made it to the Final 4 of the 2002 World Cup, and they are joined by fellow AFC nations Japan, Iran and Saudi Arabia, who make the return to the World Cup having missed the last 2 tournaments. Mexico, Costa Rica and Panama are also through, the last of the 3 advancing rather controversially. A phantom goal helped Panama secure their spots in the World Cup as they beat Costa Rica 2-1. The result had no effect on Costa Rica, but rather on the United States, who will miss the showpiece for the first time since 1986 following their 2-1 defeat to Trinidad and Tobago. The Stars and Stripes weren't the only big nation to miss out. 2010 finalists, the Netherlands, who failed to qualify for last year's Euros, missed out on a playoff spot in the UEFA qualifiers, despite securing a 2-0 win over Sweden. Dutch legend Arjen Robben, who netted the brace on the night, called it a day on his international career following the confirmation of their collapse. On top of that, there will be no Alexis Sanchez magic in Russia after Chile failed to qualify. They were sitting in 3rd place in the CONMEBOL standings before their final qualifier against Brazil, but following the 3-0 defeats, they slumped down to 6th place, with their World Cup hopes dead and buried. Other big nations to miss out include Wales, Scotland, Cameroon, Ghana and Algeria.
So wrap of teams that have qualified, or countries that have qualified for the 2018 World Cup so far. So God willing, next month here on the continent, that's Africa, you know, we already have 2 teams, Nigeria and Egypt. Will get the other 3, so we'll make 5 for the teams that will be playing at the World Cup when it comes to Africa. Now we have to talk, you know, some issues in England. And Sergio Aguero, if you remember very well, 2 weeks ago had an accident, and that he couldn't play his team's game against Chelsea in the Netherlands. Well, he's returned to training. He was actually expected to be out for like 4 months, but Sergio Aguero miraculously has returned to training and will be available for selection this coming weekend when they play in the English Premier League.
Back in training and possibly back in action as soon as this weekend. Sergio Aguero has been in fantastic form for Manchester City this season, with 6 goals in the 6 Premier League games in which he's featured. But even if the Argentine doesn't recover ready for Stoke, City are confident they have enough stars to step up in his absence.
That's probably the positive thing about this season. The fact that we have a lot of top players, and when someone is not playing because of an injury or for any reason, their replacement is very talented as well. That's the case with Gabriel Jesus, a very important player for us, Leroy Sané and Raheem Sterling. All of them are very high-level players.
High-level players showing high levels of performance. Even without Aguero's goals this season, City have still scored 16 times across their 7 Premier League games. Victory over Stoke would make it 9 wins in a row for Pep Guardiola's side, with the confidence in the City camp clear to see.
This season we've started really well, and Pep always tells us to be confident and to believe in ourselves. When you win a match that makes you stronger going into your next match, that's one of the important things that we are trying to achieve this season in terms of mentality.
Pep himself has praised his side's togetherness after the win at Chelsea without Aguero, and one of City's former stars is backing Aguero's Brazilian strike partner to shine in his absence after starring for his country on international duty.
Listen, if you get given the number 9 shirt for Brazil at 19, you've got to be a special talent. He's proved that already at Manchester City. The fans absolutely love him. He scores for fun, and his goal-scoring record, you know, per minute is absolutely phenomenal. So he'll be thinking, right, I'm missing my partner in crime, but so what?
Jesus has 4 goals in the league so far this campaign, including the impressive double in the home victory over Liverpool. Aguero may not be there to assist him this weekend, but Pep still has plenty of firepower to trouble Stoke.
And what a weekend we anticipate in the English Premier League. The top lineup this weekend is the Manchester United-Liverpool game, which will be played at Anfield on Saturday. That will be the early kickoff. Tomorrow we'll do more on the English Premier League. We'll preview and also we'll bring you the fixtures. I'm Benedict Tosi. Thanks so much for your company. We are back tomorrow with more sports stories. Until then, stay safe and read more sports stories on the Manjo Online Sports page. Have a wonderful day.